Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing today? And in today's video we're just going to be doing a subtle glam look, very natural, some orange, some browns on the eyes, some new lipstick, nothing too glam. So if that's something that you would like to see, keep on watching. As always, we are going to start with our primer, and I have the Estee Lauder Illuminator. Just a little dab on your finger and rub it all over your face. Next, we are going to go in with our Fenty Pro Filter Liquid Foundation in shade 230. I'm just going to give this a pump on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to take my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge, and I am just going to start dabbing it all over my face where I want it. And next I'm going to be going in with my Sephora brand concealer in shade Bright Future. I'm just going to put this under my under eyes, just how I always do with everything. Normally I do use one that is a little bit lighter than my foundation, just so that I have a little bit more of an illuminating effect. But as I said earlier, we're going for a more natural glam look today. So this one is going to be more true to my foundation that I'm wearing. So you're not actually going to have the brightness and the brightness and the shininess of it. I'm running low on this one. I need to get a new one. This stuff is very buildable, so I do like that. You can start with a little and work up to a lot. And then I'm just going to take my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge and I'm just going to dab it out how I normally would. Just going to take my little Morphe powder brush into my iconic Fenty Beauty setting powder, just tap off the excess, and then I'm just going to go in sweeping motions everywhere that I put the concealer on my under eye. Don't put this away just yet because we will have to come back to this when we put some more concealer on here in a little while. But it's good to go ahead and set this now so that the concealer doesn't start to sink into your fine lines. The quicker you set it, the longer it will last. Next, we're going to be going in with our Too Faced Sun Bunny Duo, and this is going to be to contour our cheekbones. So I'm going to start with the darker shade in my Morphe Angled Contour Brush, and then I'm going to go into the lighter shade with just a little rounded Morphe brush on the very top of it. Next, we are going to be contouring our nose, and I'm going to be using the little Fenty Beauty contouring palette in shade Shady Biz. I'm going to just take my little Ecos Tools pointed brush, and I'm just going to drag this right where I want my bridge. This stuff is very super buildable, so you don't have to go with a darker shade. This is a lighter shade, and I thought it was going to be too light to do what I wanted with. But with the buildability, I don't even know if that's a word, you can make it as dark as you want. So you don't have to go and get a super dark one that you can only use for stuff like this. You can get a light one that you can use on your face, on your forehead, everywhere. And then you can just build this up to make it as dark as you need it for your contouring. Go back in with your little Sephora concealer, and you're going to bring it right down the bridge of your nose, right between those lines that you made. Go back in with your Real Techniques Beauty Sponge, and then you're just going to dab it over the lines. Next, you're going to go back in with your Fenty Beauty Setting Powder. Ooh. Didn't tap off enough there, okay. When something like this happens, you just work it all over your face. This brush is very dense and very thick, so I thought that I got it all off. Clearly I didn't. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my big Morphe sponge, or brush, I'm sorry, and we're just going to wipe off the excess. There we go. Nose is definitely set and not going to move anywhere now. Next, we're going to go in with the iconic Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio, and I'm going to go for this one right here in the middle. Okay, y'all, so I'm having a little bit of a freak out moment right now. I can't find my Anastasia brow gel or my Anastasia pencil. So, in today's video, we're going to be using It Cosmetics Brow Power pencil. Not used this yet, so let's pray that it works. And then we're going to be going in with the Benefit Cosmetics brow gel. I've used this before, so I know that it does work. It's not quite the right color that I like, so our brows will not quite be what I want today. And I'm very highly upset right now. Like, I'm probably going to have to go to Sephora when this is over so that I can actually get the right products, because I can't go through the whole week without my Anastasia brow pencil. Like, that is my go-to for an every single day brow pencil. Okay. I'm not really a fan of the end. Instead of it being a fine point, it's more of a flat, rounded tip, and the Anastasia one is like a point. It is working. It's not a bad color. So as always, I am just following the natural line of my brow. And then just filling it in. Well, that's not too bad. I was worried there for a minute. I really was. I like to brush up with the brow gel. It helps to get the color in it better, and it helps to raise your brows to make them look better. And then I go back in with the little bristle end of my pencil, and I just flatten them down to the edge of that line so that they're still sticking up, but there's no hairs over my line. All right. But then we're gonna go back in right here. Boom. Okay, so that didn't turn out quite as bad as I thought. The It Cosmetics brow pencil wasn't bad. It's not my favorite in the world. Definitely gonna say that. I will definitely be hunting for my Anastasia Brow Wiz when this video is over with. And if I can't find it, I'm gonna be going to Sephora today. I did manage to find my brow gel. The pencil's still nowhere to be found. So, let's hope I can find it. Next, I'm going to be going in with the iconic Jeffree Star Liquid Lipstick, and this is in shade Mannequin. Next, we are going to be doing our eyeshadow, and for today's look, I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill Vault Collection. So I'm thinking that what we're going to do is we're going to use this for our transition color. I'm going to use this one for my nice dark brown towards the bottom. And then we're going to top everything with this orange, and then we're just going to go in with a little bit of glitter on top of all of it to make it shine. I'm going to take my big Morphe brush, go in with my color Access for my transition. Go in windshield wiper motions, and you're just going to get this all over your lid. You're not necessarily trying to get the pigmentation of it, but this is just going to help lay down a nice little layer of eyeshadow that will help the rest of it shine through. That is a pretty color though. So now I'm just going to take my little tiny Morphe brush and I'm going to go in with this color Smooth Criminal. For my dark brown, I'm just going to pack that on there, tap off the access. And then what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to pack it along the bottom of my lid right here. But I'm going to stop about right there so that I don't get too deep down into my crease. We're not wiping, we're just patting like you would pat something dry. Now you can blend it out. You don't have to worry about the lines being perfectly crisp right now because we will fix that with the other colors. So once again, we're just going to pat that on the bottom of our lid, stopping right about here so we don't get too deep down into our crease. And now we're just going to blend it out. Alright, so the next step in what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my e.l.f. Cosmetics little tiny pack-on brush that I have, and I'm going to go in with the color Secure right here, which is that bright orange, and we're just going to pack that in on the corners, and we're going to bring it up and around, so that little bit of brown is literally just kind of down there in the corner saying like, hi, how are you doing? So we're just going to pack that nice on the brush, tap off the access because we don't want a whole lot of fall off. So then you're just going to literally pack it up here along your crease. You will have to go in to get more probably. Once again, tap off the access. You don't want a whole lot. And then you're just going to pack that all in right here. Because like I said before, we just want that little bit of brown kind of right there in the middle saying, hi, how you doing? So now we're going to blend this out. I never have an idea of what I want to do for the day, really, when I start these looks. I'm always like, oh, yeah, I'm going to just go natural type of thing. But then when it comes to, like, doing my eyeshadow, I'm just like, all right, we're just going to kind of go with the flow, and whatever happens, happens. Okay. So, I got that orange on there. Now for today's look, like I said before, I am going for very subtle, very natural, so I don't even want this to go up that high. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my concealer. I'm going to go right under my brow line right there. And then I'm going to take my little brush that I have, and I'm just going to smooth out those lines right here where I don't want them. I will have to go back in and fix my brow when I finish this, but that's okay. That's better. For today's look, I just want it on the crease of my eye and on the lid of my eye. I don't want it coming up by my brow. Not for today's look anyway. Some days, yes, not today. Boom. Very natural, subtle. Because I don't even want a wing going on. And I had a little bit of color right there, so we're just going to take that concealer and pop. Well, that brush just went across the room. All right, so now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go back in with my Morphe brush in the color Smooth Criminal, which is that brown that we used. And I am just going to, once again, just kind of pack it right there into the point where I want it. Because we did put that orange over it, so it would cover it just a little bit. Okay. Alright, so I'm the type of person that's a perfectionist. So I'm going to take my little fine-tipped Morphe brush, and I'm going to go into Smooth Criminal. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sharpen that line up. There we go. I didn't like that jaggedness that I had going on. Ooh. Okay, we'll fix that in a second. Don't understand what happened to that over there. The brown just like disappeared. There we go. Alright, now since I got that little bit of orange up there where I didn't, that brown up on top of that orange where I didn't want it, we're just going to, boom. Alright, so next I'm going to take the color Guilt Trip, which is this kind of tannishy golden color right here. And we're just going to pack that on and brush that all over the whole entire lid. And what I'm hoping is that once this is on, it will kind of give us a sunset glowing type of look. If not, then we'll have a whole different look. Okay, so it's not my favorite look that I've ever done, but I do like it. It's got the brown down here on the bottom, the orange in the top, and then it's kind of topped with the golden glittery. This lighting in this camera is not the best. I definitely need to upgrade. But looking in the mirror anyway, it looks halfway decent. So yeah, last step. Alright, so next I'm just going to be going back into the color Secure. Very lightly on my little pointed Eco Souls brush. And we're just going to go right below our waterline. Very lightly, just enough so that it's there, so that our eyes match top and bottom. But I'm not going for a full... Again, this is subtle, natural. That doesn't mean you don't want things to look good or to match or to be cohesive, but it just means you don't necessarily need it to be, boom, bright up in your face. Because it's there, but it's not like, hi, how you doing? Got a little bit of glitter right there. I don't know from what, though. So, whatever, we'll work it into today's glitter look. So, the last step is I'm going to be taking Liquid Frost from the Jeffree Star collection, and this is in shade Crown Jewel. And I am going to put a little bit on my finger right here, and we're going to work it up. This stuff is shiny and absolutely amazing. Oh, I love this highlighter. Okay, so yes. Blend downwards into it. Yes, okay. So looking at me, nothing. Shine. There. Put a little bit on this finger. Down here. We're going to take this finger that doesn't have anything on it, and we're just going to buff it downwards into our contour and spread it out. This stuff goes a long way, let me tell you that. Put a little bit on our nose. We're going to bring it up our bridge. Now the extra, if you want to just rub it on your arms, it'll be nice and shiny all day. Alright, and as always, I like to finish everything with a little bit of the Urbandecay All-Nighter Spray. Couple spritz to get what's in the tube out, and then we're just going to give ourselves a nice healthy amount. Okay. Alright now, y'all. Looking in this camera, I know you're probably thinking, did you blend into your hairline? Yes, I blended into my hairline. It's my baby hairs right here. I had this conversation with someone the other day. The makeup is up into my hairline, but with the way my baby hairs are laying, it looks like I stopped right there. I didn't, though. It's up there, but with the way my baby hairs lay, it looks like I just literally stopped it right there. It's not, though, I promise. So yeah. I think we are done. Alright, so that brings us to an end today. If you like this video, as always, give it a thumbs up. Click subscribe over in the corner if you haven't already. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you like about this look and maybe what you'd like me to do in the future. Y'all have a good day.